Ever reached the scale that killed Ari's family or devastated Joplin? They are epic forces, capable of twisting new beliefs in whomever manages to survive.
This morning on a Wednesday Wake Up with Al, it just won't stop raining in the southeast. Heavy rain, thunderstorms, flooding. Who gets hardest hit? We will let you know. Plus, there's a critical fire danger in the northern plains. Strong winds fueling the threat. When does the threat and the area recede? We'll let you know right here, right now on Wake Up with Al.
Live from New York and the heart of Rockefeller Center, it's Wake Up with Al Roker and Stephanie Abrams.
Good Wednesday morning, and it's April 15th, 2015, tax day. Welcome into Wake Up with Al. If you have forgotten to get them done, then just do an extension. It'll be okay. We're live in New York. Just make sure you get to take care of it at some point. Al's going to be here in just a minute, but let's get you out the door with everything you need to know in your top 3 weather stories, and we'll start you off with numero uno, and that is going to be days and days of rain into the southeast. It's just like can't stop, won't stop, right? That's what we're going to see here. Our low pressure is kind of tearing apart. We call it shearing out. So the storms are going to be scattered in nature, but we have our second system that's starting to take shape, and that's going to help kick off some of those stronger thunderstorms you can see through the plains, because this is where we have this big upper level low that's coming on in, and that translates into thunderstorms because there's cold air aloft, cold air wants to sink, warm air wants to rise, you're going to get some thunderstorms. So here's a look at where we are going to see the snow, good stuff coming out of Wyoming, Montana, and also as we look towards Salt Lake City, maybe down into Colorado as well. There's still a few more days of skiing left. But first, let's talk about the rain in the southeast. Storms are already starting to pop up in the Atlanta area. Look at all the moisture in the atmosphere. You can see the humidity. You can see some of those clouds if you look really closely, but more rain is definitely headed our way. Storms are expected to last through the day. So first we're going to start you off in Atlanta, then we'll go wider. So again, just a little bit of light stuff. As we showed you from that, it's not actually raining in Atlanta. So when you see the green on the radar, that doesn't necessarily mean rain. Where you see more of the darker orange and red colors, that's where you're actually getting rain down to the ground, because the radar, it doesn't just shoot like right where we are, right in this little, like 6 feet of how tall we are. It's going to go through a bigger chunk of the atmosphere. So it's getting that moisture, and there's just not enough moisture at the moment. And also it's just a much bigger cross section of the atmosphere. So here we have this extended boundary throughout the southeast. That's giving us some oomph in the atmosphere. Temperatures into the upper 60s for the most part. Hour by hour, the upper right hand corner of your screen, showers and storms are passing through the southeast. And again, because our low pressure is shearing out, it's not that strong. We don't have a ton of rain, but we still have the chance for some thunderstorms. So this is one of those forecasts where you get mad at forecasters because they'll say, well, there's a chance of rain, but because there's not a ton of moisture, it's one of those like, you might see it, you might not. As we look through tomorrow, we do have the chance for some stronger thunderstorms with that upper level low coming down. And this thing is going to break off from the main flow. So it's just going to kind of sit into the southwest. We'll talk about that in a minute. Through the weekend, though, we will see some showers here into the southeast, so we are going to get drenched, especially along the Gulf Coast. Well, you see how the storm that slammed Corpus Christi was strong enough to destroy this gas station canopy. Winds up to 70 miles an hour, downing trees and leaving at 1.17 thousand homes and businesses without power. AEP Texas reports about 1,600 without power this morning. Several public schools are closed. They were closed Tuesday because of the outages. Thankfully, police had no immediate reports of injuries. So let's have a look at what we're dealing with right now. This is the water vapor imagery. I keep talking about this upper level low. I'm going to point it out for you here. And you see this kind of mass of clouds right here. This is our upper level low. What's going to happen is right now it's attached to a bigger trough that's coming down. But this circle is going to break off from that. And then it's just going to kind of sit and spin here in the southwest. But it is going to bring us a chance for some thunderstorms as we head throughout the day, especially into tomorrow. So here's a look at our forecast tonight. Nebraska, Kansas, down into Texas. And then as we head into the day tomorrow, it's going to bring the threat of severe weather in a more confined location. Essentially, almost the entire state of Texas could be seeing those showers and thunderstorms. And again, some of them could be a little bit stronger than we'd like to see them. Let's get you up to speed now on your morning headlines. And we're going to start you with a developing story out of Salt Lake City. A very powerful dust storm turns deadly, blinding drivers and packing winds so high they topple several tractor trailers on the highway. NBC's Haley Jackson has more.
This is what it looked like during a deadly dust storm that killed at least one person and hurt 25 others. Zero visibility, with wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour, whipping up dust so thick, state police say a semi-truck had to stop on the highway. That triggered a chain reaction. As many as 8 big rigs, about a dozen cars, part of the pileup.
This dust that you see, it was completely blown over with dust, zero visibility.
At least 16 people have been hospitalized, with Interstate 80 closed for nearly 100 miles in both directions. From the Nevada border all the way to Salt Lake City, now bracing for a blow. The airport shutting down temporarily as the dust storm works its way east. Hallie Jackson, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Now, this was all compliments of that upper level low that I showed you, and also a high pressure off to the east. It was a pressure gradient in between the two. Now, speaking of that high pressure off to the east, it's firmly in control in the Midwest, and that means another picture-perfect spring day is on the way for you. Up next, we're going to show you how fast and how high the temperatures are going to warm up hour by hour. That's coming up after your local on the 8th. But we leave you now with a look at New York, where it's been on the warm side. Today, even warmer, getting up to near 70 degrees, and we'll see a little more sunshine today than we did yesterday. How long will it stick around? The answer is coming up after your local on the 8th as Wake Up Without continues on this Wednesday.
Once there was a girl with important people to impress and no time to spare. Luckily, she protected her dress from odors with new Downy Fresh Protect. It's like deodorant for your clothes. Just toss it in with detergent, and like deodorant, it neutralizes odors on the spot, protecting fabrics all day long. So even on the busiest of days, her dress always smells like success. New Downy Fresh Protect. Wash in the wow.
Oh, this audit will take days. What a headache.
Actually, I don't have a headache anymore. Excedrin really does work fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
You want me to pick just one? Yeah, right. I say if it looks tasty, order it. Because at Red Lobster's Create Your Own Seafood Trio, I can have it all. Choose 3 of 9 dishes for just $15.99. Like the creamy baked lobster Alfredo, and the sizzling brown butter shrimp scampi, and fresh soy ginger salmon topped with sweet pineapple salsa. I could go on, but there are 3 things on one plate waiting for me, and I'd rather just go, wouldn't you? But hurry, it can't last forever.
Introducing the new Can-Am Spyder F3. With a cruising riding position and the most advanced vehicle stability system in the industry, you'll ride with a feeling of complete freedom and confidence. Visit your Can-Am dealer and test drive the Spyder F3 today.
The Fiat 500 isn't alone anymore. It's part of a big Italian family.
This is Brian. Every day, Brian drives carefully to work. And every day Brian drives carefully to work, there are rate suckers. He's been paying more for car insurance because of their bad driving for so long, he doesn't even notice them anymore. But one day, Brian gets Snapshot from Progressive. Now, Brian has a rate based on his driving, not theirs. Get Snapshot and see just how much your good driving could save you.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
Sundays.
One man's trash.
This is perfect.
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
Brainstormers. Sundays at 9. Only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, considerable cloudiness, low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon, high 88. Chance of rain, 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Hey, it's 10 minutes past the hour, looking live in Minneapolis. And a beautiful Wednesday morning, some partly cloudy skies. Highs in the upper 60s. It's 49 right now, but you're going to get to 12 degrees above average and stay above average above the week.
That we are, and this is when being above average is really good because it's been so cold here. Let's have a look at our temperatures through the Midwest, and hour by hour as we head into the afternoon hours, we are going to get that sunshine into places like Chicago, starting off the day dry, Traverse City, Minneapolis. So, yes, it's going to get into the 60s, but it's certainly going to feel like it's in the 70s, and it's actually going to be in the 70s up into Bismarck.
I mean, it's just been another day of beautiful weather in the Twin Cities area.
The comfortable temperatures, light winds are just a friendly reminder that summer is right around the corner.
KRE's Jeff Edmondson, just one of the many enjoying the fabulous weather.
Summer is around the corner. Temperatures were comfortable, the winds were light, and it was a nice day to get outside.
It is the most delectable day, especially for the month of April. My goodness, it is gorgeous and not a cloud in the sky.
Some say outdoor restaurants like the Tin Fish by Lake Calhoun is a sign that summer is coming. Others say that the bicyclists, runners, or our furry friends are the sign.
We got our bicycles, we're going around the lake, we're enjoying the weather, the people. It's what it's about in Minnesota.
This is the kind of a day you want to come. You don't want to come when the snow is here or when it's cold.
Don't worry, it's not going away yet. The blue skies and the light winds are going to stick around for a few more days. The reason why, we have high pressure that's sitting above us, and it looks like that'll stick around. At Lake Calhoun, I'm Jeff Edmondson, KARE 11.
You know, that would frighten me if I looked up and saw that big H.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But it could have been worse. Could have been a low. See that? It looks like L up there. Temperatures reaching 72 yesterday in Minneapolis, 14 degrees above average. Now, somebody who is always above average, Ms. Abrams.
Roker, you're too kind. You're too kind. So high pressure. Why? One of the reasons he pointed it up, just because the graphic looked cool. I mean, let's get real. But another reason is a high pressure. What happens with a high pressure is I always say the atmosphere is like a hamburger. So let's go up to, say, the tomato layer, right? What's happening, our winds are coming in at the tomato layer. They're going down through the lettuce, the onion, the patty, and when we get to the bottom bun, they come out. So you get the sunshine because the air is coming down opposed to a low pressure, which is what we're going to see causing this. So at a low pressure, the bottom bun, the winds are coming in. They're going up through the layers and then out, so you're getting that lifting mechanism. So as we head through our Friday, some frozen stuff here through portions of the Four Corners, also into cowboy country there, and we will see the showers here throughout the south and also into the northeast this weekend. Unfortunately, a little bit sloppy into the southeast. I know some of you girls out there and boys out there know what a sloppy mess looks like. Well, this is what it looks like in the weather. On Sunday, showers push eastbound. Do you not, like... Okay. Denver 56, New York 61. And as we head into our Monday forecast, look at our temperatures. We're going to be beautiful in places like Billings, but messy. But hey, at least the East Coast, we get a pretty nice weekend overall. And then into our Tuesday, things start to calm down.
That's right. A little wet weather in Texas. We're helping them their drought. All right. We want you to come to your television set. Got another amazing video from our good buddy, astronaut Terry Virts aboard the ISS.
Yes, this time he catches the moon as it waves goodnight to the Earth.
Remember that book when you were a Good Night Moon?
No.
Good Night. You don't remember Good Night Moon?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Never heard of it. What?
Good Night Moon?
Yeah.
This thing's like, it's a classic. 55. Your mom.
What?
I'm just.
Oh, there's another one. Vinny's hasn't heard of it either. Thank you,
Good
Vinny.
Night Moon. All right.
Thank you.
Well, Terry, just the latest astronaut to capture great images from space. Coming up, 6 a.m. hour, Commander Chris Hadfield on the show. Talk about his new book and life back on Earth after life aboard the ISS.
But before we leave, ski resorts across the country are gearing up for their summer activities, but not on Mount Hood in Oregon. Hear what skiers and snowboarders are saying about this round of April snow.
And it's all coming up after your
Whoa.
local on the 8th.
Wipe
Good night,
out.
Moon.
No, I haven't.
I used to like so much better than that.
When a moment spontaneously turns romantic, why pause to take a pill? And why stop what you're doing to find a bathroom? With Cialis for daily use, you don't have to plan around either. It's the only daily tablet approved to treat erectile dysfunction, so you can be ready anytime the moment is right. Plus, Cialis treats the frustrating urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Why pause the moment? Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use. For a free 30-tablet trial, go to Cialis.com.
Who says desirable can't also be responsible? With 46 standard safety features, the Lexus RX is proof that fun can be good for you. This is the pursuit of perfection.
Pain from your day can haunt you at night. Don't let it. Advil PM gives you the healing sleep you need, helping you fall asleep and stay asleep so your body can heal as you rest. Advil PM for a healing night's sleep.
It's back. The Philly Cheesesteak Pizza.
Get our Philly Cheesesteak Pizza with original Philly Cheesesteak Company steak and garlic Parmesan sauce. A large for just $12.
Better ingredients, better pizza. PapaJohns.com.
Constant Contact gives you all the best email marketing tools, like newsletters and event invites. So whether you run a small business or a nonprofit, you can connect with, well, everyone. Try email marketing free at ConstantContact.com.
We are still in the eye, and we're still trying to get in a safe place.
She is in labor right now.
We know more about this system hour by hour.
This is our Pineapple Express pumping in that rainfall.
We are talking about a doozy of a storm.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay? Help! I'm calling for help right now.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-448-6138. That's 1-800-448-6138. Call now, 1-800-448-6138. For a free brochure, call 1-800-448-6138.
Sundays. One man's trash
Get to work.
is another man's totally awesome beer can space heater.
Hi.
Brainstormers, Sundays at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by Flonase Allergy Relief. You are greater than your allergies.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. New Flonase outperforms a leading allergy pill, so you will inhale life. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So roll down your windows, hug your pet, dust off some memories, make new ones. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, considerable cloudiness. Low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Twenty minutes past the hour. Man, they are stretching out the snow season in Mount Hood, Oregon.
Skiers and snowboarders say the new round of spring snow is super dry, deep, and the best they've seen all season.
So, of course, you add short lift lines, and boy, people are loving this.
Yeah,
Ski Bowl and Timberline ski areas report 9 inches of new snow in the last 72 hours.
And it's that fluffy powder stuff that, it's just so much nicer to ski through.
It's better to walk through. I know that much. Yeah. And you know, I've done some cross country skiing. And that's kind of fun, actually.
That's Tom's wheelhouse.
Oh, I absolutely love that. You know, the downhill skiing in the west here is going to be great spring skiing with this storm. And I'll tell you what, one place that's not a stranger to snowfall but have been this year is Salt Lake City. Take a look here. The average winter snowfall 54 inches. We've only picked up 9.6 inches of snow. You know, we talked about this yesterday. They had the high wind warnings out there. We're concerned about high-profile vehicles on those interstates, I-80 and I-15 in particular. And, well, we saw what happened there. They're going to get snow now in the wake of that really, really strong wind. Still blowing, gusting over 30 miles an hour there. But, Steph, you'll like this. You did some research on Salt Lake City snows. I think we're getting a little bit of enhancement here off of the lake with that cold core low coming across the area right now. So they're going to pick up a good 1 to 3 inches. The benches just a little higher in elevation from Salt Lake City could see as much as 3 to 5 inches of snow. And then up into the Wasatch there, up into Park City and those areas, much more snowfall. Now that's going to continue throughout the day today before eventually after about 4 or 5 o'clock the temperature warms and that snow may briefly turn over to rain in Salt Lake City itself. There is that upper level low that's curl right here in the atmosphere coming across Utah now. It is a cold core low. It's going to continue to produce snow across the higher elevations of the Rockies. Watch our computer model on how this plays out here. Wyoming in particular, and then this is going to work its way out of Salt Lake City, down across the Colorado Rockies, and that front range just above Denver is going to get a lot of snow. Denver itself is going to stay more snow-free. There's a big reason for that. When I come back in a little bit, I'll talk about Denver, but take a look here at these snowfall totals. Some of these areas, guys, we're going to see well over 2 feet of snow at the higher elevations in the Rockies, not too far from Denver. So that's it in a nutshell. It's a spring snowstorm for the Rockies. When I come back, I'll detail what's going to happen in Denver and up toward Boulder. I'll send it over to you.
All right, Tom, thank you. Another big story that we're following is the flooding. Lots of flood watches and warnings for parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, also up towards Kentucky. We've had some issues as well. A lot of people are driving through flooded roads like this, but it's pretty dangerous, and here's why. First of all, when we talk about weather-related deaths, if you look at them when we're talking about tornadoes, hurricanes, flooding, freshwater flooding is actually the #1 killer when it comes to weather deaths. Pretty interesting fact. Now, let's talk about a car being moved, because we've showed you video like that. Water weighs 6.24 pounds per cubic foot, typically flowing downstream 6 to 12 miles an hour. We're going to get a little technical here, but stay with me because it's all going to make sense at the end. When a vehicle stalls, the water's momentum, when it's moving that 6 to 12 miles per hour, is transferred to the car. So for every foot of water, 500 pounds of lateral force is applied to the car. Again, I know that's a lot of numbers and a lot of words, but essentially what this means is the car is getting displaced, and it only takes 2 feet of water to move a car. This is all the mumbo jumbo. You can read about the weight of the car is, 1,500 pounds less, yada, yada, yada. But essentially what it means is 2 feet of moving water can move a car. So here's a look at where we have flood advisories posted right now. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Mobile, all the way over into Pensacola. And here's a look at the rain that we need in 3 hours in order to cause flooding. And it's really up towards Kentucky, Al. Remember we had all of that heavy rain there just the other week, less than 2 inches.
And think about it, if you have to get out of the car and you've got that moving water.
Forget it.
That's really rough. Coming up next on Wake Up with Al, what on earth was holding up a delivery of groceries to the International Space Station.
More on the 4,000 pounds of food and one very special item that is speeding its way towards the astronauts this morning.
You can't always be there to protect her down the road. Make sure the tires she's riding on will. With the revolutionary Michelin Premier tire, even as it wears down over time, its safety doesn't, thanks to Evergrip technology. The Michelin Premier tire, safe when new, safe when worn.
So shiny.
I know, Mommy, but it's time to let the new kitchen get some sleep.
If you want to choose wisely, choose Angie's List. With in-depth reviews, an exclusive scoring system, and real people standing by to help, you can get a finished project that you'll love.
Pretty.
Call, click, or download the app for free today.
I can do anything.
The bed reacts to your body. It hugs you.
It's really cool to the touch. The zip's off so I can wash it. Yes, please.
Visit your local retailer and feel the Tempur-Pedic difference for yourself.
Wow, sweet new Subaru, huh, Mitch? Yep. You're selling the Mitch-mobile? Man, we had a lot of good times in this baby. What's your dad want for it? Like 150 grand. 200 if they want that tape deck. You're not gonna tell your dad about the time my hamster had babies in the back seat, are you? That's just normal wear and tear, dude.
Subaru has the highest resale value of any brand, according to Kelley Blue Book. And Mitch. Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Quiet! Mom has a headache!
Had a headache, but now I don't. Excedrin is fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
When you're not confident your company's data is secure, the possibility of a breach can quickly become the only thing you think about. That's where AT&T can help. We monitor our network traffic worldwide, so we see things others can't, mitigating risks across your business, leaving you free to focus on what matters most.
Different, in case no one noticed. We store fat more easily than men, but surprisingly, we can burn fat better too. Thermodynamic Total Burn is the ultimate fat burner for women. In a clinical trial, ingredients in Total Burn helped people lose an amazing 15% of their body fat, and an incredible 86% of weight lost was pure body fat. That's even better than the best-selling diet product. Get Total Burn today. It's part of Body Lab by Jennifer Lopez.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, considerable cloudiness. Low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
And it just hit us.
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Almost half past the hour. Welcome back to Wake Up with Al.
I'm Stephanie Abrams alongside Al Roker. We're live in New York. The rain continues to pour down, so let's get you right out the door with everything you need to know.
That's right. We've also got dangerous fire conditions to talk about. We got everything for you. First of all, we start off with, of course, these never-ending, it seems, days of rain in the south. Scattered showers and thunderstorms again today from Memphis, Atlanta, Savannah, Charlotte, down to Orlando, Tallahassee, back into New Orleans. We'll check in with Mike Seidel in the next hour. Plus, storms are firing up overnight. Look at what's going to be going on tonight from McCook, Dodge City, all the way down to Del Rio, Texas, and the Big Bend. And we've also got April snow to talk about. Tom Nizzle has a big old smile on his face from Jackson Hole, Meeker, Denver, just to the outside of Denver. You may pick up an inch, but we're talking about some heavier snow as you get west of there,
He's
Steph.
supposed to leave Friday, right? Friday's supposed to be his last day.
That's the word. That's the theory.
Tom, are you listening? I hope you're listening.
I really love Tom.
Yeah, I guess Mother Nature. Are you listening? Another stormy day in the south. Cloudy skies over Charleston with storms starting to pop up later this morning, continuing through the afternoon and all day. By Monday, you're expected to pick up 1.79 inches of rain. So let's talk about the rain. I've got to go to Charleston. Do it because I hear it's so phenomenal. We do have a boundary here. Never been to Chucktown.
As much as you talk about
I know. It looks amazing.
It's a
it looks
gorgeous
so
city.
fun. I know. And all the history there. I love that kind of stuff. Anyhow, what you care about is the weather, and we have a boundary here throughout the south. Now, I always say the atmosphere is like a hamburger. I was just talking about it earlier. So we're going to start at the bottom button. So right now, this is the radar. This is what's happening right where we live. But as we go up into the atmosphere, we look at different things that are happening. So today, what we want to look at is the total available moisture in the atmosphere. Now, this shows us how much moisture is anywhere from the surface all the way up through the tomato layer. So if we took the moisture through all of these layers and wrung it out, this is how much moisture that we would be seeing. So here's a look at that forecast. And again, it's not just what's happening at the bottom button. We have to take all of those layers and wring all of them out. And it does look like we could have some heavier precipitation here along the border of Louisiana and also into Mississippi. Now, we want to go even higher into the atmosphere, and we want to take you more towards the top bun, okay? So this is an upper level low that is spinning around in the top bun. It's a cold pocket of air, so that cold air wants to actually drop down to the bottom bun, and while it's doing that, it actually can kick off some thunderstorms. So that is going to be headed eastbound, and it's going to kick off some thunderstorms as we head over the next couple of days. Today in the southeast, we're not really going to be affected by that upper level low. This is just that precipitable moisture that we were talking about. But as we head into tomorrow, that upper low that I was talking about, bringing snow to the Four Corners and also the threat of severe weather as we make our way into Texas. So that's how the atmosphere is like a hamburger.
All right, speaking of Texas, let's take a live look at Dallas. 2 days of cloudy skies and rain. Sun will make an appearance this week. Highs near 80. We're not looking at any rain for you during the day today, so we'll watch what's happening. But here's what we're also watching, okay? So here's the ingredients we got for some severe weather. Look at the dew points, the atmosphere, the moisture in the atmosphere. 65 in Atlanta, 70 in Tallahassee, Houston 61. But behind it, 54 for Dallas, so a little bit drier there. Here's how we set things up, though. Got that developing low pressure. Moisture will start to increase. As that moisture comes in and we get the upper low that Steph was just talking about, and it's got that pocket of colder air, as that starts to sink, we're going to be watching the potential impact for strong storms from North Platte, Dodge City, down to Del Rio. You dodge it for Dallas. That's the good news. Then we look into tomorrow, Amarillo, Houston, Dodge City. You're looking at some severe weather the way it's looking right now. Spotty hail. We're not expecting tornadoes out of this, but you can't rule them out.
Well, look, there was one in Oregon yesterday.
That's right, and we're going to take a look at that in just a bit. But we want to get you up to speed with the headlines. Let's launch it.
3, 2, 1. And liftoff. The Falcon soars from its perch toward the International Space Station.
And there goes Dragon, space station supply ship launched by SpaceX. This was their second try. They found a break in the bad weather this time. Stormy skies delaying the first launch. I like it. It's kind of like their fresh direct.
Yes.
They're on board are groceries and a special delivery.
The first espresso maker is headed into orbit. It was set up after an Italian astronaut said she was tired of American instant coffee.
That's great. All right. I wonder how, can you get that? I wonder if they can get that foam on top in zero gravity.
You know what? If we can get to the moon and other planets, I'm assuming we can figure out the foam.
And look, they launched another one. Oh, no, that's the same one. Okay, far from Tornado Alley. This is what Steph was just talking about. Eugene, Oregon. The National Weather Service saying a small tornado hit yesterday afternoon, but did some damage.
It happened near Lane Community College. The worst damage was in a parking lot on campus.
It picked up that blue sedan right there that was parked in front of the Durango, lifted up off the ground, landed right on top of the Durango, flipped back over.
I can't believe you. Wow. Well, one car actually had 2 people in it when it lifted off the ground. Luckily, no one was injured. There were 2 other cars that were also flipped. Really crazy stuff.
All right, well, strong winds and warm temperatures increasing the fire threat across the Southwest and into parts of the Northern Plains today.
Okay, so that makes us wonder, what would you do if you find yourself in the path of a wildfire?
You're on the way home from a family camping trip when you see Mother Nature's wrath is riding alongside.
Oh my God, it's hot. It is so hot, I can't believe it. Oh my God, it's getting closer.
It's a red-hot wildfire that extends for miles.
We're gonna die! I'm too young to die! Okay, Matt, stop!
You're not gonna die.
Stay calm.
And when the out-of-control flames threaten to overtake your car...
Oh my God, we're gonna be in an accident, okay? Oh my God, here it comes! Oh God, you guys hang on, get buckled in! Here it comes across the road on our side too!
What will you do now to survive this raging inferno? Should you, A, turn away from the flames and outrun the fire? B, pull over and turn on the air conditioning? Or C, drive into an area that's already been burned? Your predicament couldn't be more dire.
With Crizal No Glare lenses, neither water, nor scratch, nor smudge, nor glare of night can keep you from the clearest vision possible. And Crizal has ESPF 25 to protect your eyes from the damaging rays of the sun. Crizal. Live life in the clear.
How average shirts handle the heat. How Duluth Trading Armachillo shirts handle the heat. Duluth Armachillo shirts with torso cooling technology. Crank the cold. Get one. Only at DuluthTrading.com.
Oh, this audit will take days. What a headache.
Actually, I don't have a headache anymore. Excedrin really does work fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
Even the toughest spills are no match for the ultimate vehicle protection. Custom fit WeatherTech floor liners. Order yours today at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech, proudly made in America.
I can't find my Discover card. Wait, I can freeze my account.
Introducing Freeze It from Discover. It allows you to prevent new purchases on your account in seconds if your card is misplaced.
Not here.
And once you find your card, you can switch it right on again.
Hey, you're back.
Freeze It, only from Discover. Get it at discover.com.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you may find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
But you're not even covered for this.
It's a profound statement.
Or how you may be covered for this, but not for something like this. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
The Fiat 500 isn't alone anymore. It's part of a big Italian family.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Partly to mostly cloudy. Low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, partly cloudy early. Scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You've just driven head-on into a crisis.
Stay calm.
The Inferno is about to overtake your vehicle.
Oh my God, here it comes. Oh God, you guys hang on, get buckled in. Here it comes across the road on our side too.
Now, what would you do? Your best case scenario to ride out the flames is B. Pull over and turn the air conditioning on. While the fast-moving fire may cross the road, it won't ignite it. As long as you can avoid accidents with panicked drivers, the danger will be over in an instant.
And if you don't have to drive, don't drive. Pull over, wait for it to pass. You may also consider parking your car or seeking shelter in a cut bank where a road has cut through the mountain. Those areas tend to have less fuel to burn. Also, they tend to provide some shielding from the fires.
As for the AC, be sure to set it to recirculate.
More people die from smoke inhalation than anything else, and you don't want to be inhaling that smoke, that's for sure.
This is crazy.
And another important point,
anytime we're in a firefighting situation, we never turn off the vehicles, because if once you turn a vehicle off, you don't know that it's going to start again. So if you do find yourself in a situation where you're trapped by wildfire, make sure that your car doesn't have auto locks and do not turn your engine off.
Well, today's an extremely critical day for firefighters across the Southwest, including L.A.
Strong winds and dry conditions are increasing the fire threat in the upper Midwest, too.
That's right. Let's take a look right now. The upper Midwest, usually you don't think about this area as being in a red flag warning, but right now they are.
And there's a couple factors here. It's not only the humidity, but the winds. The winds have been very strong. So let's have a look at our winds right now. I mean, 15 to 20 miles an hour, gusting to 40 here in Bismarck.
And we're forecasting those winds to stay strong right through the morning into the early afternoon hours.
And you can see hour by hour here, as Al was mentioning, it's going to stay on the brisk side. And this is very typical for the plains because there's nothing to stop the winds, to slow them down. So they're all typically pretty windy.
That's right. Well, critical fire conditions continue from the Rockies through the plains on into the upper Midwest.
With high winds gusting, reaching 40 miles an hour, any fire that starts can expand quickly. The upper Midwest on fire alert this week after grass and brush fires sparked in both Minnesota and North Dakota.
I got a text from the neighbor here that there was a fire right next to the house we just finished building in October. And so I came out to take a look at what was going on and the cars and the traffic and the fire trucks. And it's just wow.
Those who live closest to the Bismarck fire were asked to evacuate for their safety and allow first responders to gain easy access to the burning area. At least 4 rural fire departments, the Sheriff's Department, and the North Dakota National Guard teamed up to fight the fire Monday into Tuesday.
The rural fire department cannot get into the trees down there. It's too thick. So without the helicopters, they would have a lot harder time. They're going into the fire and the smoke is so thick they have to do a go around and come back in again because they can't see the trees or they can't see anything.
Which meant 2 Black Hawk helicopters made numerous trips to the Missouri River to fill up and douse the flames. The fire burned through almost 3,000 acres before it was under control Tuesday night. In Minnesota, near Barnesville, firefighters believe over 1,000 acres burned due to the carelessness of a resident who lives in the area. Winds gusting up to 45 miles per hour helped spread the blaze. Officials are asking locals to respect the burn bans in place as dry, windy conditions are aiding the fire threat this week. Okay, so are we going to get any help from Mother Nature over the next 7 days? Al has a look.
Let's check it out. We start off, of course, with today, and we are going to be looking at wet weather making its way through the southeast and into the getting ready to get into the plains. You've got some rain. You've also got some icy, mixy, snowy precipitation. But look out west. It is dry. We move on into tomorrow. You're going to be looking at more wet weather through the south, and then we've got that severe risk stretching from Kansas all the way down into Texas. More snow around the Four Corners on into the Rockies. Wet weather through the Great Lakes down into the Gulf Coast. Moving into the weekend, Friday, we got wet weather in the northeast. The south, forget it, washout. I mean, it's not going to be torrential downpours, but it's not going to be great barbecue weather. Icy conditions around Denver. Again, dry. LA, 81. Let's get into Saturday. Rain from the plains into the Gulf. Leftover snow back through the Rockies. Beautiful weather out west, but again, beautiful weather is all relative. Some showers in northern New England. Sunday, we are looking at more wet weather from the Great Lakes all the way down to the Gulf. Dry out west. Northeast dries out. Monday, look for more wet weather along the eastern seaboard from the Great Lakes all the way down into Miami. Some few showers in central California. Tuesday, we've got a little more activity, more wet weather in the northeast and Texas looking
but warm temperatures, so that's all I care about.
There you go. Boom. Now, April showers don't just refer to rain. We're actually tracking snow in the Rockies.
Yes, some places could see 9 inches, perhaps more than that. We have more with our winter weather update. Tom Nizzle after your local on the 8th.
It's gonna tempt your tummy with a taste of nuts and honey. It's honey of an old. It's Honey Nut Cheerios.
We're the guys you didn't see coming. The ones who say yes when others won't. With a look that gets looks. And tech that makes your life easier. We take care of our own with the best warranty in America. It's okay if you're late to the party. Just don't miss it. What's it like to drive a Hyundai? You have no idea.
I will light up every room I walk into.
Presenting the Olay Regenerist Luminous Collection. The skin brightening formula penetrates 10 surface cell layers deep and fades the look of dark spots. See bright, pearlescent, healthy-looking skin in just 2 weeks. When your skin is luminous, so are you. Want more luminous skin day and night? Try new Luminous SPF 15 lotion and overnight mask. From the world's #1, Olay, your best beautiful.
If you take multiple medications, a dry mouth can be a common side effect. That's why there's Biotene. It comes in oral rinse, spray, or gel, so there's moisturizing relief for everyone. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
You wouldn't buy a car without taking it for a spin. And it's, well, just a car. Test drive our full lineup, only at your local John Deere dealer.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
This is Life Alert. Are you okay? Help! I'm calling for help right now.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a life from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-448-6138. That's 1-800-448-6138. Call now, 1-800-448-6138. For a free brochure, call 1-800-448-6138.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, partly cloudy early. Scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Coming up on 50 minutes past the hour, time for the winter weather update.
And we want to go to Tom Nizzle to talk about what's going to happen in and around the Denver area. And Tom, this isn't totally out of the ordinary.
No, it isn't. It's not uncommon for this time of the year. April snows in the Rockies, and it's a really interesting event going on here because of the limited cold air we have with this system. And Jess Arnoldy, Brandon Wright, two of our graphics meteorologists have put together a really nice package for us here. So let's get to it and show you the setup here. Here is the forecast of how this snow is going to work its way from Wyoming, Montana, down across the central Rockies and into the Denver area as we go through the afternoon, the evening today, and then into Thursday. It moves out of Salt Lake, and it really sets up during that Thursday evening time frame across the central Rockies. And you can see I could draw a line right here showing the front range of the Rockies with the higher elevations back here. So there's a fair amount of cold air aloft with this system. In fact, enough cold air to produce some thunderstorm activity as well. But take a look at what elevation has to do in playing a role here in the springtime. Denver tomorrow night's going to be 45 degrees, up in Boulder 46, but about 2,000 feet higher back at Estes Park, the temperature is going to be some 10 to 15 degrees colder, down around 34, 35 degrees. So let's take a slice of that hamburger in the atmosphere here, Steph. The surface temperature in Denver tomorrow is going to be 45 degrees. You have to get up to about 2,000 to 4,000 feet in the atmosphere to get down below that freezing mark. And so with that surface temperature as warm as it is, the precipitation is going to melt as it comes through that layer. Now, let's go back up to Estes Park at about 7,200 feet elevation, and that bottom layer is gone now. We're at 34 degrees here. This is going to be cold enough to produce the snow, and it is going to snow for a while because that low pressure system, that upper level low, is cut off and it's just going to spin away in the atmosphere. So on a large scale here, you can see this region here back in the higher elevations from Wyoming down into the front range of Denver, just a few miles from the city itself. As much as 2 feet of snow is going to occur. Take a look at Denver. During the day, as we go through tomorrow, those temperatures are going to be warm enough for an all rain event right down in the city. But as we go back to Estes Park, we start out with some snow here. It may warm up briefly to change it over to rain, but tomorrow night it is going to snow, and it's going to snow with a vengeance there, putting down a lot of snow over a period of time here. This is the zoomed in snowfall forecast right along that front range here. And we're actually right now for Metro Denver, we're not putting any snow in there. You just have to go west on I-70 a little bit here to get into the heavier snowfall. And take a look up at Estes Park now. We're forecasting 16 inches of snow through that Friday evening time frame. And so it's going to be an interesting event there. Again, we pull back here and even down right along that I-25 corridor. You just have to go up into those foothills a little bit to get into the heavier snow. This is a classic spring snowstorm for the Rockies. Limited cold air, but enough that with a little bit of elevation to help us, we could produce a lot of snow. And that's your Meteorology 101 for the day, guys.
All right,
and I'm so excited you used the atmosphere. That was good stuff, Tom.
and ahead of this, we're going to see severe interesting next couple of days. While some of you are waking up to stormy weather, others, you've got a gorgeous spring day on tap.
Yes, no matter where, we've got a look at the next 12 hours, region by region, after your local on the 8th.
We like to eat healthy. We like to let our pets eat healthy. We'll go down an aisle and we'll say, Gus, you know what? Today you pick it out. The salmon, is it going to be the liver? Is it going to be rice?
PetSmart has a wide assortment of premium food choices to fit your kids' unique needs, like Hill's Ideal Balance with natural ingredients, perfectly balanced for your pet's best health.
Here you are. Anything I can do to make your stay more magical?
Well, I wish we could have even more park time.
Have dinner with the princess? Ooh, I want to ride the monorail. Oh, and take a break by the pool.
But be back in time for fireworks?
Let me see what I can do.
When you stay at a select Walt Disney World Resort hotel, you get the most out of your vacation and your family. And this summer, you can save up to 30% off when you book a select Walt Disney World Resort hotel room.
The
306 horsepower Lexus GS. Experience the next level of performance, and there's no going back. Lease the 2015 GS 350F Sport with complimentary navigation system for these terms. See your Lexus dealer.
Are you still getting heartburn flare-ups? Time for a new routine. Try Nexium 24-Hour, the latest choice for frequent heartburn. Get complete protection. Nexium Level Protection.
You want me to pick just one? Yeah, right. I say if it looks tasty, order it. Because at Red Lobster's Create Your Own Seafood Trio, I can have it all. Choose 3 of 9 dishes for just $15.99. Like the creamy baked lobster Alfredo, and the sizzling brown butter shrimp scampi, and fresh soy ginger salmon topped with sweet pineapple salsa. I could go on, but there are 3 things on one plate waiting for me, and I'd rather just go, wouldn't you? But hurry, it can't last forever.
You know those neighbors always making weird inventions out of junk in their garage? The Weather Channel just gave them their own TV show.
Gonna be awesome!
Sunday nights.
Come on, wind! I think I just made Mother Nature my bitch.
One man's trash.
This is perfect!
Is another man's wood-powered Jeep gasifier.
This is incredible!
Failure's not an option. Oh, yeah, it is.
We got a problem, Houston!
Brainstormers, Sunday nights at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
55 minutes past the hour, and as you look, satellite images capturing that deadly dust storm that moved across southern Nevada and southern California yesterday. Light blue, yellow, and red colors there shows it. Report shows a dust cloud topping out at more than 11,000 feet.
Wind gusts reached up to 70 miles an hour and caused multiple accidents across the region. And speaking of strong winds, we had some of those in Oregon.
That's right. National Weather Service confirming a tornado on a college campus, community college campus in Eugene, Oregon yesterday. Nobody injured, thankfully.
Yeah, strong winds lifted a car. 2 people were inside a car, flipped 2 others, and typically winds need to reach up to 70 miles an hour to lift a car off the ground. So we go from the northwest on into the northeast and showing you how beautiful it will be, including Rhode Island. Now, Rhode Island's official state name is Rhode Island and Providence Plantations. Yeah, so it's one of those, it's like a Commonwealth. There's still 5 Commonwealths left. Commonwealth of Kentucky, Pennsylvania, I think, is a Commonwealth,
Massachusetts.
right? Massachusetts. Can we name them? What are the other 2 people? Virginia, that's one. Anyone else? What's the 5th one? What's the 5th one? Ah! I know you're screaming at your TV now. It's like when you're watching Jeopardy and you're yelling the answer, you know. We'll get it. We'll get all 5 of them. Okay, we should know that. I feel like a terrible American that I don't know that. Anyhow, sunshine here into the Midwest. Temperatures into the 60s, the mid to upper 60s for some of us into the southeast. We are going to see some, I'm like looking at this, I'm like Commonwealth of Tennessee. I already said Pennsylvania. I got that one already. And I'm like, it's somewhere in this region. Shoot, it'll come to us. Showers and thunderstorms with our temperatures into the 70s. So not too hot unless you're in Orlando, 87 degrees. South Central region, we will see those 50s. I'm surprised no one's Googled it and yelled it out to me yet. Houston, we're going to see our temperatures in the 80s while we see the 70s as you go up through the plains here. You got 44 seconds till the block is over, guys. There's only 4.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was wrong.
We got them
so
all.
I was right and wrong at the same time.
Exactly.
Into the northwest, we are going to see that sunshine. No wonder I couldn't think of the other one.
It doesn't exist. There you go. I mean, come on, really. Hey, in fact, how many presidents are not buried in the United States?
None. Trick question, wasn't it?
No, 4.
Really?
Yeah, it's Carter, Clinton, and the 2 Bushes.
Trick question.
In the South, you earned a break after all this rain, but you're not going to get it.
I knew there was something tricky about that. 2 to 5 inches more rain is on their way to the south. We'll have more trivia in the power hour of Wake Up with Al.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This morning on Wake Up With Al, it just seems like it will not stop raining in the southeast, and we've got more of it lasting right on into the weekend. Who gets hit hardest? And a look at the flood threat.
And also coming up, we are going to talk about the critical fire danger. So we have basically the yin and the yang, the northern plains, strong winds fueling the fire threat, and when some areas are going to see relief. It's all right here, right now in the Power Hour of Wake Up With Al.
Live from New York and the heart of Rockefeller Center, it's Wake Up With Al with Al Roker and Stephanie Abrams.
Good morning, everybody. Wednesday, April 15th, 2015. You've got until 11:59 tonight to get that postmark on your
The good
taxes.
thing is it's all done so electronically these days. Remember you have to wait in those long lines in the post office to bring your taxes in?
Well, we're live here in New York. Got a lot going on.
That's right. We want to get you out the door with Al's top 3 weather stories. And we're going to start you off with the rain.
All right, here we go. And it just seems to keep going and going and going. It's in the southeast and the Gulf Coast. Scattered showers and thunderstorms again today from Memphis, Atlanta, Tallahassee, Savannah, up to Charlotte, down to Orlando, and back on into New Orleans. We'll check in with Mike Seidel in the next half hour. Plus, we got storms firing up tonight, stretching all the way from Nebraska down into Amarillo, Del Rio, Texas, and the Big Bend, and chances some showers and thunderstorms continuing through the southeast. And we're also talking about April snow. Tom Nissel's going to detail some areas in the Rockies that could see up to 16 inches of snow, Steph.
That's just whack. There's no other way to describe it but whack. And we are going to take you now to the wet side of the stormy rut that we're in. And this video is coming in on the Weather Channel's Facebook page in Campbellsville, Kentucky. The Commonwealth of Kentucky, FYI, 2 inches of rain yesterday, enough to make some roads impassable and have water across I-70, though it remained open. Now more storms are firing up in the south today. So let's take you on into Tennessee, also into North Carolina. I know sometimes these maps are so close and your eyes are like just waking up. You're like, what am I looking at, Abrams? Okay, so essentially, this is Asheville, this is North Carolina, and then as we go northbound, we're going to run into Tennessee and also westbound into Tennessee from Asheville. So here's Georgia, and we've been seeing some cloudy skies in the Atlanta area. You really don't get rain until you start to run into these like red and orange colors on the map. A lot of times that green, moisture is not getting all the way down to the ground. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at the radar. So here's Tennessee, western Tennessee. This is Memphis here, the Mississippi River going right through Memphis, the mighty Mississippi, up I-55. It's going to be a rough go for you, or down 55, depending on which direction you're going. And as we widen out, you can see the big picture of what's happening here. And this is our boundary. It's a stationary front. It's really not moving all that much, but it's going to give us lift. And so that's going to give us the rain because we have the moisture from the Gulf, the lift, boom. It's not a very strong lifting mechanism that we've got in the atmosphere right now, so we aren't going to see big thunderstorms, and it's not going to be widespread rain. It's going to be that hit and miss stuff. This is when you really don't like your meteorologist, when we're like, it could rain, it might not rain. But that's the best that you can do on a day like this when you have those scattered showers. Severe thunderstorms tomorrow, however, with our upper low that's going to be dropping south, and rain along I-10. That's where we're going to see the heaviest stuff. Al?
All right, let's take a look at that moisture coming in. Good morning, Houston. You got a new round of rain and thunderstorms coming up for Wednesday, and even more on Thursday. Some of these downpours could trigger some flash flooding, so we're going to be really watching this. As you look at that moisture now starting to stream into Texas, as Steph was talking about, we've got that upper low spinning, and that's got that colder air, so that's going to drop down. So there's the upper low starting to make its way to the south and to the east. The upper low's got that colder pocket of air Steph was talking about, plus we've got that moisture being dragged in off the Gulf and so forth. Tonight, we've got the potential from severe storms from North Platte, Nebraska, Dodge City, Amarillo, down into Del Rio. Threat of some storms through the Gulf Coast and on into the lower Mississippi River Valley. But look at tomorrow. Houston, you're under the gun. So is San Antonio, Amarillo, Dodge City. We've got the threat of some showers and thunderstorms making their way all the way on up into the Ohio River Valley. So we're going to be watching that as well.
Yeah, time now for your weather headlines. We're going to start you off. It's official. Rio's waterways won't be cleaned up in time for next year's Olympics.
Oh,
awesome.
Boy. Yeah, this is really disgusting. The governor of Rio de Janeiro now admitting what a lot of folks already knew. 60% of Guanabara Bay will be clear.
Look at that.
Which
Look
means
at that.
40% will not. So that's what the Olympic sailors will see when they hit the water. Cleanup was promised as one of the selling points to the Rio Olympics. Bay has been filled with trash and sewage for decades.
Look, even if you get all of that out, the water is still contaminated.
Oh my gosh, that's just disgusting. What a disgrace.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a thin shadow stretching across northern Illinois. This is the scar on the earth that was left behind by last week's EF4 tornado.
It was a mile wide, and it was a half-mile wide, I should say, and it went 29 miles from northeast of Fairdale to Franklin Grove. Winds rated 180 to 200 miles an hour. It killed 2 people and injured nearly 2 dozen.
In fact, we got a new view of that. I think we're going to be showing in the next half hour. Amazing video from that. Well, this is a sad story. A 3-year-old boy drowning after being swept away in rising waters as a drainage ditch turned into a river just behind his home.
Yeah, it happened yesterday in southern Louisiana as record-breaking rain hit New Orleans. The area saw more than 3 inches of rain yesterday, leading to that flash flooding. Sad story. Okay, so we're going to have to shift gears here a little bit and take you on into the Northeast and show you we've got the sunshine here. We don't have to worry about any rain coming down. Our temperatures on the warm side, actually on the hot side for some people. It's just so crazy how it's been so cold, so your blood, really like thickens up. And so when it hits the 60s and 70s, you are hot. It's bananas. Boston, 61 degrees. Someone once asked me once, they're like, does your blood really thicken? I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think your blood actually thickens or thins depending on the weather. I really don't think so. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. I'm pretty sure your body just gets used to it, like anything, right? When you're working out, your body just gets used to it, and so it craves it and wants to do it. So we do have that sunshine here into the Midwest and also warm air as well. Al?
All right, Steph. Well, people across the Southeast are going to be dealing with rain and thunderstorms right through the weekend. Along with that, we got the threat of flooding. We're going to let you know who's in danger of getting hit with even more high water after your local weather on the 8th. You're watching Wake Up with Al on the Weather Channel.
Photos are great for capturing your world. And now they can transform it. With the new Angie's List app, you can get projects done in a snap. Take a photo of your project or just tell us what you need done, and Angie's List will find a top-rated provider to do the job. The Angie's List app is the simple, new way to get work done on your schedule.
The app makes it easy. The power of Angie's List makes it work. Call, click, or download the app for free today.
The Fiat 500 isn't alone anymore. It's part of a big Italian family.
So nice, so nice. Sweet, sweet Santa Mas nice. So nice, so nice. Send cry full of pure vibes. So nice, so nice. Send John a real paradise. So nice, so proud to be from the Virgin Islands and the whole place nice.
To experience your Virgin Islands nice, book one of our packages today.
Had a headache, but now I don't. Excedrin is fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
True Green presents the Yardleys.
Sorry.
This is more than a lawn. This is a True Green lawn. Live life outside with True Green, America's #1 lawn care company. Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green, live life outside.
Joseph A. Bank presents Your Choice, Your Savings. Sport coats, pants, polos, shorts, and more. Purchase one item and receive 2 free. Plus, all traveler shirts are 3 for $99 through Tuesday. Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905.
Let's say you're moving to Florida. Or maybe Minnesota. Or how about Texas? No matter where it is, let 1-800-PACK-RAT move you there. We take the stress out of your long-distance move so you can focus on the excitement of starting your new life in California or Louisiana or, yep, even way up there in Maine. Call 1-800-PACK-RAT now for a special offer on your long-distance move.
The Weather Channel's most watched original program,
and it just hit us,
is back.
This is just the beginning of what's to come.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
A moment is easy to miss. I mean, it happens so fast. But when you catch one, you keep it forever. Don't miss a moment. The Stanley Cup playoffs begin tonight. Every game, every night.
We've got a new round of wet weather heading into Kentucky today. Good morning, everybody. 10 minutes past the hour. State trying to recover from widespread flash flooding from heavy rains yesterday and Monday.
Flood warnings remain in effect across the state. Some until this weekend. Authorities are trying to determine if the flooding is responsible for the death of a person whose body was found near the town of Barra. Police have been searching for the driver of a car that was found submerged in floodwaters.
Oh, my gosh. Flooding closing dozens of roads, forcing schools to cancel classes.
I mean, that's
yesterday.
the hood of a car. Not the hood, that's the roof of a car.
Yeah, and it looks like it's like an SUV or a van.
Yeah.
So that gives you an idea how really, really deep that is. And you look at these reports, 105 reports of flooding, heavy rain, and debris.
5 debris flows.
That's crazy
That seems
stuff.
significant. 5 feet of water flowing over Highway 613. And this is all because we have had a lot of rain here in the past couple of weeks.
That's right. So you look now, right now, and you can see more heavy rain getting ready to move into Kentucky. I mean, that town hazard is aptly named.
Yes, it is. And we are going to see hour by hour those showers trying to creep northbound. The good news is we're not going to see a lot, but even just a little spit is more than enough.
Well, a 100-mile stretch of Utah interstate now back open after strong 60-mile-per-hour winds knocked over semi-trucks, killed at least one person.
25 people were hurt in a chain reaction accident in Tooele County near the Nevada border.
Drivers involved in the pileup said the dust was blinding. They couldn't even see what was in front of them. The Utah Highway Patrol says conditions were extreme.
This is only the third time in 15 so years that I've seen it this bad. When we do get these heavy windstorms coming across the salt flats, and as dry as it is, it stirs up the dust, causes this zero visibility.
Wow. 18 people hospitalized. Responders themselves had a tough time getting to the site since they couldn't fly the medical choppers because of the dusty, windy weather.
Well, have you ever seen how these dust clouds form?
Well, our Mark Elliott explains.
You know, every time a haboob or a giant dust storm forms, people ask us how that is possible. So this is how it works. First, you got to have a dusty terrain with a thunderstorm of some kind above it. I say thunderstorm because it needs a pretty decent sized updraft. That is air that's moving up from the ground and into the cloud. It has to be strong enough to suspend some of the rain up aloft where it starts to evaporate and cool down. Now, once it cools down enough, it gets heavier than the air around it. So it very rapidly falls. You have wind that's coming back down, so a strong downdraft along with some of that precipitation, and it creates wind coming out of the storm in all directions. This is what's known as a gust front, and this gust front extends out, moves away from the rain, and picks up all the dust that's on the ground. So you have this burst of air coming out along the gust front, and it's kicking up dust along the way. You better watch out. You do not want to be there when that dust is moving your way.
All right, Mark, thank you. Let's have a look at the next 7 days to see where we're going to see the wind, the rain, and also the sunshine. We're going to see it in places like Maryland. Maryland, sometimes called America in miniature because of all the diversity that is found in their 10,440 square miles of land. It's going to be filled with sunshine today. Tomorrow, the western portions of Maryland are going to get in on some of the rain. Severe weather, all thanks to an upper level low, Oklahoma, even Kansas and into Texas. And this upper low basically just breaks off and sits in this area, so it's going to continue to pump out the snow where it's cold enough, and then the rain as we head into the south. Saturday, as you can see, not a whole lot changing in our weather because our low just doesn't move. It's kind of cut off, and then it starts getting its move on Sunday into Monday along the East Coast, and then thankfully into our Tuesday, we're going to see all of this rain clear, and it's going to get much nicer here across the entire country.
All right. Well, next on Wake Up with Al, they say things come bigger in Texas. That's certainly true when it comes to this week's rainfall.
Flash flooding, a big problem in neighborhoods across the Lone Star State, but one suburb is flooding every time it rains. So what the what?
Yeah, we're going to find out if there's anything that can be done to fix the problem. We'll explain it all right after your local weather on the 8th. You're watching Wake Up with Al on the Weather Channel.
The Fiat 500 isn't alone anymore. It's part of a big Italian family.
You do know the experts at Midas will tell you when he's fixing now and what can wait, right? Like, I don't know, brakes?
Of course I do.
One of the best things about driving is being able to stop. Get up to $100 back by mail on a 2-axle brake service. Brakes, tires, oil, everything.
It's not Kevin. Spring? Well, flowers are for girls. Come on. I'm gonna go check on the flowers. Thought flowers were for girls. Yeah, they are.
Take on the joys of spring with low prices you can trust every day at Walmart.
25,000 mornings, give or take, is all we humans get. We spend them on treadmills, we spend them in traffic, and if we get lucky, really lucky, it dawns on us to go spend them in a world where a simple sunrise can still be magic. 25,000 mornings. Make sure some of them are pure Michigan. Your trip begins at michigan.org.
Introducing the new Can-Am Spyder F3. With a cruising riding position and the most advanced vehicle stability system in the industry, you'll ride with a feeling of complete freedom and confidence. Visit your Can-Am dealer and test drive the Spyder F3 today.
Book a tee time 24/7 with Golf Now. Day or night, even after the course closes. Search the largest selection of available tee times at over 6,000 great courses. Book your round in no time with Golf Now.
You used to sleep like a champ. Then boom, what happened? Stress, fun, bad habits, kids. Now what? Let's build a new, smarter bed using the dual air chambers to sense your movement, heartbeat, breathing. Introducing the Sleep Number bed with Sleep IQ technology. It tracks your sleep and tells you how to adjust for a good, better, and an awesome night. The difference? Try adjusting up or down. You'll know because Sleep IQ tells you. Only at a Sleep Number store where you'll find the Best Buy rated mattress with Sleep IQ technology. No better sleep with Sleep Number.
Attention Xarelto users. If you've suffered serious internal bleeding, including bleeding of the brain or gastrointestinal system after taking Xarelto, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. The blood-thinning drug Xarelto has been linked to an increased risk of serious bleeding in some patients.
We know you have questions. Call now for answers.
If you suffered serious internal bleeding or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto,
call Ferrer Perot in Wandsboro, 800-288-8569.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8th, brought to you by Flonase Allergy Relief. You are greater than your allergies.
Introducing new Flonase Allergy Relief Nasal Spray. This changes everything. New Flonase outperforms a leading allergy pill, so you will inhale life. When we breathe in allergens, our bodies react by overproducing 6 key inflammatory substances that cause our symptoms. Most allergy pills only control one substance. Flonase controls 6, and 6 is greater than 1. So roll down your windows, hug your pet, dust off some memories, make new ones. New Flonase. 6 is greater than 1. This changes everything.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under fair skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
At 20 minutes past the hour, we should cherish these last remaining winter weather updates with Tom Nizzle.
Because we haven't had enough of him, you know?
I can never have enough Nizzle.
Oh, it's not like I haven't heard that before. Hey, guys, let's cherish it, but I hope we don't see more winter weather as we get into the latter part of April. It can happen in the Rockies. April is one of their snowiest months. Now, Salt Lake City, let's take a look at this. They typically get 54 inches of snow a year. We've only had 9.6. We know what it's been like across the mountains of the West, but this event is going to produce snow, a lot of snow in the Wasatch, just up here to the east of the city. We're actually getting a little, what could be some lake effect enhancement coming across Salt Lake right now, and that is all due to this big upper level low pressure system, a cold core low that has produced those very strong winds, bringing the snow into the area as well. Our computer model will show you in Salt Lake City here that we're going to continue to get snow just to the east there in the Wasatch as we go through the day today. By tomorrow morning, most of that will be out of that area, and then it's going to set its sights on the Colorado Rockies, where just to the west of Denver, we're going to get a tremendous amount of snow over about a 30-hour period. Here in Salt Lake itself, 1 to 3 inches of snow in the city, but just to the east of there, in along the Wasatch, we could see double-digit snowfalls across that area, and that works its way all the way down south here from Provo down to Richfield in those areas. So, guys, we'll keep you updated on that. There's a beautiful view of Salt Lake City right there. I love those mountains right next to the city itself. Steph, I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, that is a really cool aspect that you can just fly in and then boom, right to the mountains.
Yeah, I know, it really is. Well, it's a situation that's repeating itself in neighborhoods all across the South this week. Flash flooding due to rounds of endless storms.
But for one Texas suburb, it seems to be happening every time it rains, and residents are trying to figure out why.
Chris Van Horn from our affiliate KXAS has the story.
The cleanup continues after a flash flood buckled the West Arlington Heights neighborhood streets. A flood caught on camera by Brent Hyder.
9 o'clock in the morning. I was shocked. Just a few minutes of the rain, and there were rivers just pouring down these streets.
For years, only 1 or 2 homes dealt with flooding, but since late June, more residents, nearly a dozen, say they're being impacted and more severely. They're now documenting each incident, even creating a Facebook page to highlight the damage.
Fences knocked down, water in the house, water in the basements.
That's what happened to Terry Kramer last September. She showed us a new inlet in the alley, which crews were fixing up, but did little to fix the situation.
We can't just turn into a lake every time we have a rain like this.
Some speculate new houses on once vacant plots may be part of the problem. Residents worry that any more development in the area will mean less places for water to get into the ground and therefore more severe flooding.
There's more runoff. There's so much more paving.
The city's stormwater department says the drainage system is simply undersized and there are no real cost-effective ways to fix it. Water retention sites might help some, but with an estimated $1 billion in drainage needs, money is tight, which leaves residents.
It's coming right through people's yards and through their houses.
Hoping the city finds a way soon. Fort Worth, Chris Van Horn, NBC5.
I mean, $1 billion in drainage issues just in that one little neighborhood. Unreal. And you know how she marked on the wall where the water was? I feel like you're supposed to be doing that for like your kid's height up the wall, not water every year up the wall. Let's have a look at our radar estimated rainfall just in the last day. We have seen up to 5 inches anywhere from Louisiana to Alabama and over into Mississippi too. Now here's the thing, that's a month's worth of rainfall in a matter of a day. So we do have flood watches that are posted here all along the Gulf Coast over into Florida. And Al, we don't need that much rain. I mean, less than 2 inches up towards Louisville and West Virginia in order to cause some flooding.
Yeah, we're going to be watching that really closely over the next several days. Well, winter's hanging on the Rockies. We're watching that as well.
That it is. You're looking at 1 to 5 inches in parts of Montana, Utah, and Colorado, and up to 16 inches, over a foot in some locations. But they have had the best powder they've had in a while in places like Mount Hood.
We're also going to go to New Orleans. Mike Seidel standing by talking about all the heavy rain down there.
If you're an adult with type 2 diabetes and your A1C is not at goal with certain diabetes, your doctor may be talking about adding medication to help lower your A1C. Ask your doctor if adding once-a-week Tanzium is right for you. Once-a-week Tanzium is an injectable prescription medicine that may improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes, along with diet and exercise. Once-a-week Tanzium works by helping your body release its own natural insulin when it's needed. Tanzium is not recommended as the first medicine to treat diabetes or in people with severe stomach or intestinal problems. Tanzium is not insulin. It is not used to treat type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis and has not been studied with mealtime insulin. Do not take Tanzium if you or your family have a history of medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you're allergic to Tanzium or any of its ingredients. Stop using Tanzium and call your doctor right away if you experience symptoms of an allergic reaction, which may include itching, rash, or difficulty breathing. If you have signs of pancreatitis, such as severe stomach pain that will not go away and may move to your back, with or without vomiting. Or if you have symptoms of thyroid cancer, which include a lump or swelling in your neck, hoarseness, trouble swallowing, or shortness of breath. Tell your doctor about your medical conditions and all medicines you're taking. And if you're nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Taking Tanzium with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases your risk for low blood sugar. Common side effects with Tanzium include diarrhea, nausea, injection site reactions, cough, back pain, and cold or flu symptoms. Some serious side effects can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney failure. Ask your doctor if adding once-a-week Tanzium is right for you. Go to Tanzium.com to learn if you may be eligible to receive Tanzium free for 12 months. Make every week a Tanzium week.
Where do you get this kind of confidence? At your Ford dealer, that's where. Our expert trained technicians, state-of-the-art technology, and warranted parts keep your vehicle running right. It's no wonder we sold more than 3.5 million tires last year. And during the big tire event, get a $120 mail-in rebate on 4 select tires.
I lost 40 pounds. Hydroxycut really works.
I thought I was going to be the big kid my whole life. I never thought I'd look like this.
Hydroxycut is America's #1 selling weight loss supplement brand. Lose weight your way. Mix and match gummies, tablets, and drink mix.
I lost 37 pounds. Thanks, Hydroxycut.
Hydroxycut lets you lose weight your way. And look for new Hydroxycut appetite control to help curb hunger for hours.
I'm Sam. Jim's here as well this morning.
We're all in this together.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
that was good.
And if you're watching AMHQ, then you know we got you up and out this morning. We love to see your pictures. All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under fair skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It was right on top of us, and then it hit. And we took it to the edge. Didn't give up.
29 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Wake Up with Al. Tax Day, April 15, 2015.
We are live in New York, and we're talking about the rain that's continuing to fall in the south, also the fire weather danger as well.
That's right. Let's get you started. Everything you need to head out the door with our top 3. So, of course, number 1's got to be these days of rain that just don't seem to end. It continues. We're looking at wet weather from Memphis, Montgomery, New Orleans, Orlando, Savannah. We're going to check in with Mike Seidel in the New Orleans area coming up. Storms are firing up overnight tonight. Look at this. From Nebraska all the way down into Texas, we've got the threat of some severe weather and also some heavier showers and thunderstorms through the southeast. And another April snowstorm to talk about. Tom Nizzle will detail what's going to be going on in the Rockies. But in the meantime, our friends down south just keep getting hammered.
And we want to go to New Orleans, where Mike Seidel has been over the last 24 hours. And yesterday morning, Mike, we could see you crystal clear, and then this huge, just massive clouds and fog rolled in. What progressed through the day after that?
And you're not in New Orleans proper right now, right, Mike?
No, we're about an hour or so east in Pass Christian. This town is notorious. This was the epicenter of Camille, a Category 5 in August of 1969. And then Katrina, about 10 years ago, just leveled this whole area along the Mississippi coast with that storm surge of over 25 feet. So we're east of town, dry weather this morning across the Gulf Coast. But yesterday, right, Stephanie and Al, in New Orleans, about 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock local time, take a look at this. Heavy rain, lightning, thunder. Look at the downspouts, the water coming off the buildings here in the French Quarter. It just poured. In fact, I met one lady at a hotel was trying to fly from Miami to New Orleans. They were diverted back to Tallahassee, had to refuel and got back into New Orleans. And that was 3 hours of her life, as she says. She'll never get back. Look at the radar. Yesterday, a record rainfall in New Orleans, 3 1/3 inches. This morning, it's dry as far as the eye can see. All the rain is well up into the Tennessee Valley across the Atlanta area and parts of the southeast. And we're going to be dry for the morning. Let's get the forecast, though, and find out what's ahead, because we've got more rain in store and the flash flood watches continue. Stephanie?
All right. Mike, thanks for that. We want to take you now across the southeast and show you what we're dealing with. And all is dry where Mike is located, but we're seeing some moisture popping up around the Atlanta area. Right now, just cloudy skies. And if you look closely, you can see the clouds in the sky, but still a little dark, still a little bit tough to see, but traffic's moving, so that's a good thing. All right, let's have a look at what we're going to see. A little boundary here that is stretching anywhere from the Carolinas all the way back down into Louisiana. And I always say the atmosphere is like a hamburger. So let's talk about this moisture while we're seeing it. This is the bottom bun we're looking at. This is where we live. So we have the moisture at the lower levels. We do have the rain on the radar. This is what's falling on us right now. Now, what we're going to do is show you all the moisture it's available in the atmosphere for us to tap into. So this is a total available moisture. This is looking from the bottom bun where we live, where that radar was, all the way up into the tomato layer. So what we can do is take all this moisture and wring it all out. It's like a really big sponge, not like a little guy like the bottom bun, a really big sponge and wring it out. So here's a look at that forecast. We're going to wring out all the layers of the atmosphere, and the heaviest rain is going to be here in eastern Louisiana, also in the southern portions of Mississippi. And then we can take it to another level when it comes to our forecast. We're going to go even higher than that in the atmosphere and look at the weather features at the top bun. This is an upper level low that's spinning around at the top bun. Now, this upper level low is going to stay in the top bun, and it's just going to move eastbound. As it does that, when you have these features, it can actually kick off storms in the bottom bun. So this is not going to influence our weather today in the south, but tomorrow, when that low moves more south, we are going to see that threat of severe weather firing up here from from Kansas all the way down into Texas. Now, speaking of Texas, we want to check on them right now and head to Dallas with Al.
All right, thanks so much, Steph. Well, we got temperatures in the mid-50s for our friends in Dallas, 57 degrees, patchy fog, no rain today, going to have a gorgeous day. Highs getting up near 80 degrees, but we've also got a lot of moisture, as Steph was alluding to, in the atmosphere. You look at the dew points ahead of the front, you can see 64 in New Orleans, 64 in Atlanta, 70 Tallahassee behind it, 53 for you in Dallas. That's why you're going to have a fairly nice day today. But then we've got that low pressure developing along the front, and we've also got that the upper level low that Steph was talking about. That dips down to the south. You've got moisture coming up in from the Gulf. You combine the two and look at what we've got. From North Platte to Dodge City, Amarillo, down into Del Rio, we're looking at more showers and thunderstorms, heavier for some of them, all the way into the southeast. But then tomorrow, we've got a wider swath from Dodge City, Amarillo, San Antonio, Houston. Dallas, you've got the threat of some thunderstorms, but not as severe as our friends to the west and to the south. But we'll continue to watch that as we move on.
Okay, we're going to take you to the northeast here and show you our day ahead hour by hour. And as you're looking at Pennsylvania, beautiful weather if you're going to head to Kinnett Square. It's a borough in Chester County, Pennsylvania. They're known as the mushroom capital of the world.
Really?
According to Wikipedia, which according to 60 Minutes is very reliable these days.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw that 60 Minutes piece. It was really good.
But
they are they're known as that because they have this mushroom farming and apparently produce over 1 million pounds of mushrooms a week.
Well, look at New York today. Gorgeous day. Temperatures partly cloudy, 69 degrees. By the way, Wikipedia says I'm a master jam maker. I've never made jam in my life.
Really?
So go figure. I like to jam, but I don't,
maybe that's
I
what
like
they were
to eat
talking
jam.
about.
Yeah. Now you look into the Midwest. We got a gorgeous day on tap again today.
All right. So as we take you on into Chicago, a lot of the farmers markets are starting to come back online here through the Midwest, the Northeast, and we are going to see that sunshine. And in the South, not as much sunshine, but at least we do have sunshine. Did you hear?
That's right, sunshine. In fact, speaking to farmers markets tomorrow, Marcus Samuelson will be on the show talking about using the bounty of these farmers markets and all the fresh produce that's coming out. Pretty cool. Well, watch this plane landing, coming in for a landing last night in Las Vegas.
Yeah, the pilot is fighting gusty winds, 50 miles an hour, and staying constant in the upper 30-mile-per-hour range.
Okay, this is what, so you can see, look at that. He decides to abort the landing and come back again for another round.
Not to mention the clouds. It's like foggy and comes back in, thankfully, for a safe landing, but that is not straight. But bravo to that pilot.
And he sticks the landing.
The pilot and also the air traffic controllers. Props to all of them for getting that plane down safely.
All right, we got more Wake Up with Al coming up, including NASA astronaut Commander Hatfield coming up.
Today, you brighten the room. A gallon of paint? Check. Drop cloths? Check. Painter's tape? Check. Rollers and trays? Check and check.
Wow, looks nice.
Caribbean blue.
You mean Caribbean?
Caribbean. Agreeing on a color? Done. With everything you need for a makeover at Walmart's low prices you can trust every day, what project will you take on?
You could sit at your computer and read all about zero-turn mowers. Click, scroll, tweet, or you could just sit on a John Deere Z435 Easy Track and feel its power. You'll know it'll get the job done fast. When it's time to pick a mower, you've got to get on one. Visit your local John Deere dealer for a test drive today. Sign up to take your turn on a Z435 and save $100 on your purchase. Nothing runs like a Deere.
True Green presents the Yardleys.
Sorry.
Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green. Live life outside.
The Fiat 500 isn't alone anymore. It's part of a big Italian family.
I went to Ancestry.com, but I thought, I'm not going to make it very far. I knew my parents and my grandparents, and then it happened. I got a leaf. When I clicked on it, I could actually see my grandfather's draft card from World War I and his U.S. Census from 1910, and another member's tree that had my great-grandparents and their parents and everything. And it all started with my first leaf.
Who will you discover at Ancestry.com?
Oh, this audit will take days. What a headache.
Actually, I don't have a headache anymore. Excedrin really does work fast.
In fact, for some, relief starts in just 15 minutes. Excedrin.
Wow, that was fast.
You may be a big family moving to a small town, a small family moving to a big town, an older couple looking to downsize, or a newer couple putting on an addition. Whoever you are, whatever you're moving, when that time comes, give 1-800-PACK-RAT a call. No one makes it easier. Call 1-800-PACK-RAT now for an option that fits your life.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
please call 1-866-686-7952 now.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under fair skies. Today, a mix of clouds and sun. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, partly cloudy early, scattered thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
40 minutes past the hour, looking live at Duluth, Minnesota.
This is really gorgeous.
That's really pretty. But they got strong winds gusting up to 30 miles per hour. Temps in the mid-60s, and so that's why we've got an increased fire threat there. Fire weather watch in effect right through the evening.
Yeah, so it's not only the humidity, it's the winds that cause a lot of problems with this. So let's have a look at the winds that we're going to see. Our red flag warnings anywhere from North Dakota all the way over into Wisconsin here. And then the winds, again, we've seen them already gusting this morning close to 40 miles an hour, and that's going to stay consistent.
That's right, and you can see those forecast winds. I mean, they stay strong, so we are going to be watching for that fire danger right on into tomorrow. Well, our next guest has spent almost 4,000 hours in space as commander of the International Space Station.
That's right. Colonel Chris Hadfield is a legend when it comes to space travel. He's here to talk about the paperback release of his autobiography, An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth, which I think is hilarious.
That's where we live.
That's it. Yeah. This is where you live. So we just saw the SpaceX launch yesterday, taking 4,000 pounds of groceries up to the
espresso machine, not
and an espresso machine.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the private industry taking over where the government would have been responsible for
I think it's really natural, actually. It's sort of what happened in air travel. Initially, there was a huge amount of research by the predecessor to NASA and the government, and then it started becoming more commercial as we invented better equipment. And that launch yesterday, it's really important. He almost successfully landed it back on a ship, landing a rocket ship back on the ground. That's really going to change things. So it's the right way to go, and the cooperation between NASA and private industries is the right answer.
Do you think that this is going to speed up people traveling to space?
Oh, yeah. If you can drop the cost of launch, then it's just like going
That's all
from
there's a problem
propeller.
right now is the cost of launch, not necessarily getting people ready to be in space?
If you can drop the cost, then not everybody needs to be trained so extensively. I mean, I trained for 21 years as an astronaut, and if you want to take people up that have less of their lives invested, then we need simpler, cheaper spaceships. Just like the early airplanes, they crashed a lot, you needed a lot of qualification. Now you can just buy a ticket and go. And eventually we'll get there in spaceflight. We're not there yet.
What do you think about this, the potential manned mission to Mars for 2030? Is that realistic?
Well, it's easy to say 2030, but you could just as easily say some other date. There's no guarantee. There's a lot of stuff we have to invent between here and Mars. Up on the space station, we're testing all sorts of stuff. How do you keep people sane? What equipment do you use? What engines do you use? The food they're bringing up on this spaceship. What do you need to go on a long voyage? And in inventing all those things, I think we'll go from the space station. I think we'll go live on the moon for a generation or two before we're brave enough and I think safe enough before we can turn our tail to Earth and go to Mars. Eventually we will, but there's no big rush either.
Okay, so let's talk about your book.
All right.
And I mean, what is it? Is it weird for an astronaut? Are you more comfortable in space than you are perhaps on Earth?
No, I'm comfortable all over. You'd love weightlessness. That's really comfortable.
I know I would.
But I think, you know, space travel is interesting, but what's useful about it back on Earth? That's what really matters.
And what is useful?
And well, I think a lot of the things that we learn about how to prepare for something complicated, how do you separate danger and fear? How do you devote your life towards something that may never happen and still stay optimistic?
Right.
But also the space station, I mean, look at all these weather maps and these images of the world. The images you're using constantly are coming from orbit. So there's a technical utility, but the book is very much about what does it mean as a person.
And speaking of the images, you and all these other astronauts taking these incredible videos and photos that go viral. Are you just doing that like with your iPhone? I mean, and like sending it back over email?
You know, an iPhone wouldn't work up there because you're going so fast. Now we have a big, nice cameras up there to take pictures with.
What about the GoPro video we saw yesterday?
Yeah, that was really cool. Out on a spacewalk recently, Terry Virts had a GoPro on his suit, and the cameras we take out on a spacewalk, they're just regular cameras. You have to put like a thermal blanket on them because it's hot in the sun. But the cameras can take the vacuum of space. It's amazing. Even that little GoPro, and it sort of shows you what it's really like from an astronaut's point of view. It's just dumbfoundingly beautiful to be out on a spacewalk.
Now, Colonel, you're going to come back with your music for us when that album's out?
Yeah, that album comes out in August, which is a bunch of music written and recorded on the spaceship. So
very cool.
It's busy.
What don't you do? You said you don't dance.
I don't dance. No.
Let's see your moves. Come on. I'll dance with you.
If there were no gravity, I'd give it a shot. Yeah.
All righty, Commander Hadfield, thank you so much.
Thanks,
An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth on bookshelves now. Still ahead on Wake Up with Al. It's mid-April, and we're still talking about snow.
Yeah, and over a foot of it in some locations. We saw over 9 inches on Mount Hood. The skiers are loving this. This is in Oregon, but we're going to talk about where it's going to be falling next. It's more towards the Rockies. That's after your local on the 8th with Tom Nizzle, our winter weather expert.
It tastes better when you grow it. It tastes even better when you share it. It's not hard. It's doable. It's growable. Get going with Growables. Miracle Grow. Life starts here.
Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service certified asthma and allergy friendly. It's our new standard of clean. Call about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
Some things are not what they appear to be. Other things are exactly what they appear to be. The 306 horsepower Lexus IS 350, as aggressive as it looks.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
We all want a living room straight out of a movie set, but what if you don't have movie star money? Well, you can still have all the style and comfort you want with the surprisingly affordable Urban Attitudes collection from La-Z-Boy. Urban Attitudes from La-Z-Boy. Live life comfortably.
If you take multiple medications, a dry mouth can be a common side effect. That's why there's Biotene. It comes in oral rinse, spray, or gel, so there's moisturizing relief for everyone. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
I recommend Nature Made fish oil because I trust their quality. They were the first to have a product verified by USP, an independent organization that sets strict quality and purity standards.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist recommended fish oil brand.
All you got to do is show us something that's amazing out there. We love to see your pictures. Every picture you share, we'll try to share it as well right here on AMHQ.
Business owners and inspiring entrepreneurs, the 30th Annual Business Expo is the place to be. April 14th and 15th at the Broward County Convention Center. Learn about $13.7 billion in business opportunities. Meet hundreds of business owners and buyers in one place. Be inspired by billionaire business owner Mike Fernandez. Attend the CEO Forum, product demo, Power Pack Bootcamp. Get free business coaching. Present your company to leading investors. Register at 305-762-6151 or visit sfmstc.org.
Spring is here. Get out and drive during the Spring Luxury Sales Event at Bremen Audi. Get the biggest spring savings on every new Audi in stock. Hundreds to choose from. The best selection of new 2015 Audis from just $179 a month. Plus financing as low as 0.9%. This spring, drive from as low as $179 a month during the Spring Luxury Sales Event at Bremen Audi, West Palm Beach. Bremen Audi, you've arrived.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
It's just about 50 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Wake Up with Al. Tomorrow on our program, our king of clean and green, Danny Seo, joining us in studio with some spring cleaning tips you need to know this year. Plus, it's the time of year when farmers markets are opening back up across the country. We've got celebrity chef Marcus Samuelsson joining us in studio with some great recipes to take advantage of the season's best produce. Plus, it's another day of the woo-woo rain train. Any relief in sight? Right now, though, it's not rain but snow that has a big old smile on Tom Nizzle's big old puddum. Tom?
Well, it is a spring snowstorm. It's going to put a smile on skiers out in the west because they're going to get another dump of snow in the Colorado Rockies in particular. This is the upper level low right here. You can see that curler spin in the atmosphere right over Utah now. The system is going to move relatively slowly here, and that's going to help to produce an extended period of snow, but it is relatively cold air starved, so we're going to need a little elevation to help us wring that snow out. Let's take a look here at our computer model, Han. The activity is going to center itself around Salt Lake City and across southern Wyoming during the day today, and then overnight tonight into the Thursday time frame, we'll begin to see the Colorado Rockies really turn on to snow here with a little bit of upslope wind, and you can see right about there is the rain snow line along the Front Range. There's going to be more of a rain event down in Denver, and I'm going to explain why as we get into this segment here. So by Friday night, the system will be moving out, but not after it puts down a lot of snow. In Denver tomorrow night, it's going to be 45 degrees at about a 5,000-foot elevation here, but a couple thousand feet higher back into Estes Park. Look at the difference in that surface temperature. That has everything to do with the type of precipitation. If we take a look in a three-dimensional scale, Denver tomorrow, your surface temperature's in the mid-40s. You got to go up a couple thousand feet to get yourself down below freezing, and so anything that falls is going to change over to rain here. Denver is mainly going to be a rain event, but not too far west of there. When you get up into the elevation in a place like Estes Park, take a look at the column of the atmosphere. About 2,000 feet above Estes Park tomorrow, we're going to see temperatures right down around that 32-degree mark, and as we get higher in the atmosphere, it's well below freezing. So without surface temperatures in the 40s here, but more like the 30s, it is going to be an all-snow event there. And indeed, if we take a look at our forecast here, right down in Metro Denver, probably an inch or less of snowfall, but you don't have to go very far to the northwest here into Estes Park, going up in that elevation to get as much as a foot and a half of snowfall. Take a look now even to the south, right along the I-25 corridor. Again, back into the Front Range here is where you're going to see the snow. It's all an elevation event. In Denver, it's going to be too warm for significant snowfall through the day and into the night tomorrow. But in Estes Park, you'll start out with snow, may mix with a little rain, and then tomorrow night, guys, it's really going to snow heavily in those areas with temperatures in the low to mid-30s. That is the analysis of a spring snowstorm for the Rockies. Steph, I'll send it back to you.
Beautiful for some and scary for others, but it's actually feeling like legit spring in a lot of places across the country. We're going to go region by region and show you the next 12 hours. That's after your local on the 8th.
Right, these should be. Oh!
Gorilla Super Glue. Of course.
Gorilla Super Glue's rubber-toughened formula holds after repeated drops and bumps.
Oh, thanks.
Gorilla Super Glue for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Gorilla Glue for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
True Green presents the Yardleys.
Hello?
You did? You really?
Ding dong.
Oh, the pizza's here.
Hey, come on in. Right.
Whoa! Lose the sneakers, pal. Kind of a thing.
This is more than a lawn. This is a True Green lawn.
Sorry.
Live life outside with True Green, America's #1 lawn care company. Spring is on. Start your True Green lawn plan today.
Bye now.
True Green. Live life outside.
Start your True Green lawn plan today. True Green. Live life outside.
Most homes have air leaks and drafts that waste as much energy as leaving a window open in your home all year long. Call Champion Windows at 844-4CHAMPION. When you buy 2 rooms of windows, you'll get the 3rd room free. Call today because every home needs a champion.
The Fiat 500 isn't alone anymore. It's part of a big Italian family.
Joseph A. Bank presents Your Choice, Your Savings. Purchase 1 suit and receive 3 additional suits free. Plus, all traveler shirts are 3 for $99 through Tuesday. Joseph A. Bank, the new tradition since 1905.
Constant Contact makes it easier than ever to connect with customers using all the best email marketing tools, like online promotions and email newsletters, so you can help your small business do more business. Try email marketing free at ConstantContact.com.
Control the weather. That's looking good. So we build things to harness it. That's awesome. They hit the water. Game on.
Up here in Southeast Alaska, Coast Guard's the last line up at fence.
This is about how far you can push yourself.
Coming to your television screen, yet another amazing video from astronaut Terry Virts aboard the ISS. This time he catches the moon as it waves goodnight to the Earth. We have that video for you momentarily. Wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. We'll get it for you. We'll get it for you. It's really cool. And by the way, we had this whole discussion about some book. What is the book called? Goodnight Moon. Apparently, I never had read it, and everyone has had it read to them, except for me and one of our cameraman, Vinny. Okay, so unfortunately, that video does not want to play for us. You gotta love live TV, and you gotta love technology. So hopefully, we have this video. Oh, we don't have any video. Okay, so we're gonna go right to the graphics. Cool. No worries. We're going to see that sunshine here into the Northeast. Beautiful day in the Northeast. Another warm day in the Northeast. You're actually going to have to probably put your air conditioning on again today. I know that you've started to have to put it on because of the warmth. Into the Midwest, the same for you as well. We are going to see mainly sunny skies and pretty nice weather overall here. A few scattered showers throughout Missouri, but otherwise, Chicago into the 60s, Detroit, Indy, everyone looking pretty much on the good side. Okay, let's take you down into the Southeast. This is where we're going to see the showers. So the rain's going to be coming in, and it's going to stay active through the day today and really through the rest of the week because we have another system coming through. So this isn't, you know, the only system that we're going to have to be dealing with. We're going to have to deal with yet another system. Now, this system is starting to take shape in the west. Now, yesterday, do you remember the video of the dust storm that happened in Utah? It's because we had this upper level low and then a ridge to the east, and there's a pressure gradient in between these two, and that's basically like when you put your thumb over a hose and the water squirts out faster. That's essentially what was happening. We had a thumb over a hose and the winds were going faster in between these two systems because there's less space for the wind or the water with your thumb over the hose to travel. So that's why you have that effect. Anyhow, this upper low is going to cause the snow here throughout the Rockies and then drop down and cause severe weather in the south as we head into the day tomorrow. Sunshine, Missoula, Boise. By the way, it's not Boise. I was corrected, I mean, probably like 8 years ago now. There was a reporter from there, and she said it's Boise, Idaho, not Boise. Otherwise, beautiful here throughout the southwest with that snow dropping down into Colorado and Utah. All right, Al, let's wrap this up.
Steph, thank you so much, and thank you for spending your hump day morning with us on Wake Up with Al. AMHQ coming up next. Jim Cantori, Jen Delgado, Sam Champion, all will take you through the next 3 hours. We're back with you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Have a great day, everybody.
Currently in our area, 77 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunshine and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 88. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy. Low 74. Winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. High 88. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Good morning, it's Wednesday. We'll make it amazing. I got to tell you, it's tax day, though, just in case you needed to know right up front this morning. Hey, let's congratulate the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic on some picture-perfect weather coming into play. Clear skies, temperatures take the 60s. We may go to 70 degrees, New York. Bragging rights go to you this morning on the East Coast. And how about these record rains continuing in the South? We're talking about New Orleans, Texas, Kentucky. Already 2 months of rain in some places in just these last 2 days. Another 3 to 5 inches of rain on the way today. We will tell you exactly who gets the rain and the potential for flooding that we have seen for days now. Terrifying tornado. One man's incredible up-close view of a tornado. You won't believe it as you hear him figure out what's right in front of him in Illinois as he's driving his car. He's not from this area. And he gets a realization check real fast. All right, let's get to Jim this morning. Jim, it's the warrant. I know, you're looking at that video with their mouth open. It's crazy stuff.
Did you see that?
Yeah. No, he didn't realize. It took him a moment to realize what's in front of him.
You got to play that again.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just unbelievable. Just you can see the rapid rising air motion, the condensation almost right there at the ground.
You're going to love that shot.
We're going to do that again. All right. Hey, you mentioned the nice weather in the Northeast. Boston, look at this. Your average date of getting to 70 degrees is April 9th. We're past that. By the way, the latest was May 18th. So we got a ways to go before we get there. I think we'll probably get there before that. But look at this. Over the next 10 days, do I see a 70? No. As a matter of fact, we're going the wrong way. All right, we're going downhill. But if we get there, it'll be on Saturday, 69 degrees. You tell me. Can you tell the difference between 69 and 70 when you're standing out there?
Just in my heart. Just in my heart.
Your heart.
It feels great, but just knowing that it's 70 degrees is a good thing. Yeah, it's so close, so close. We'll see if they can't get there. Let's talk about all this flooding that was in Kentucky yesterday. Happened right here on AMHQ, and we're getting news from the Herald Leader this morning that there was a body recovered in a submerged car in some of that flooding along Route 21. So this was a really big deal. Continues to be some standing water in a lot of locations. Roads in Morgan County impassable after record rains topping more than 2 inches fell in that area. Flood warnings remain up today with showers in the forecast. There is rain in Kentucky and Tennessee again today. That's going to make the situation worse. We'll definitely tell you who's in for it and how much is falling in just a minute when we get to the forecast. Now, South Texas hammered as well. We watched this happen yesterday morning. 17,000 customers left without power in Corpus Christi. You saw those 70-mile-per-hour winds blow through right here live. And boy, were they clocked and throwing everything around. Gas station canopies blown off, trees blown around, trucks blown off the road. Everything happening in Corpus today. Where the thunderstorms are rolling, we'll have that for you as well. The rain has now shifted east, making for a gray and soggy morning in Tennessee, Georgia, and the Carolinas. Atlanta, cloudy start. Take a look at our sky shot for you this morning. And the scattered storms had a little bit of sunshine yesterday afternoon, which felt good in the Atlanta area. But today it's likely to stay on the rainy edge. You're going to need the rain gear in drizzly form first thing in the morning, and then that rain is going to continue. Take a look at Asheville, North Carolina as well. This hourly picture will show you we've got the clouds in the area. A lot of this moisture that was hovering around the Gulf Coast has now slid just a little bit north and east, and that means that these southeastern states are definitely in play, hugging up to the coastline. So flash flood watches are out as far south as the Gulf Coast. But our Mike Seidel is tracking all that rain right now. Mike started in New Orleans and has started to drive now into the areas like Pass Christian and Biloxi that had so much flooding during the day yesterday. In the past, good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Sam, from Pass Christian. This town is not known so much for severe weather but hurricanes. This is where Camille made landfall in 1969, and then a huge surge of over 25 feet across the Mississippi Gulf Coast with Katrina. But this morning we're talking about the risk of more heavy rain, especially tomorrow and Friday. It is dry across the entire area this morning, but yesterday, heavy rain here all along the waterfront and all the way into Mobile. Look at this flooding video out of Mobile, where they've had over 10 inches of rain since Sunday. Sunday alone, over 7 inches. That was a daily record, doubling the previous record. And now they've doubled the average rainfall for the month of April in just 3 days. And by the way, the drought monitor coming out tomorrow is going to see a big difference here in south central Alabama. As far as other flooding, Sam mentioned Kentucky, Campbellsville, Kentucky. There are those Twitter pictures there, and you can see the flooding there. A better day today in Kentucky, a few showers. There are no flash flood watches in effect, but there will be showers in the forecast for the next couple of days. Right here along the Gulf Coast, dry this morning. We may see a few pop-up storms. Chances of rain today, Sam, about 40%. The bigger threat for heavier rainfalls moving in tomorrow and Friday. And I know Jim will have more on why that is in just a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mike, the good news here for folks along the Gulf